The golden age of Islamic science from the 8th to the 13th century, the era that changed the world. Alright, picture this, it's the Middle Ages. In Europe, people are still figuring out basic hygiene, thinking diseases come from bad smells, and debating whether bathing is a sin. Meanwhile, in the Islamic world, scientists are writing medical encyclopedias, building observatories, and inventing algebra. Yeah, you heard that right. Next time you struggle with math, you can thank or blame these guys. Welcome to the golden age of Islamic science, an era that shaped the modern world. So, how did all of this start? Well, in the 8th century, the Abbasid Caliphate decided that knowledge was the new gold. Instead of just conquering lands, they wanted to conquer ignorance. Enter the House of Wisdom in Baghdad, a massive research center where scholars from different cultures and religions came together to translate, study, and expand on ancient knowledge. Think of it as the medieval version of Google, but with scrolls instead of search bars. Let's talk math. You ever wonder who came up with algebra? Well, meet Al-Khwarizmi, the guy whose name literally gave us the word algorithm. He wrote a book on algebra that became the foundation for modern mathematics. And if you hate solving for x, well, blame him. Oh, and let's not forget Arabic numerals. You know, the ones we still use today. Imagine trying to do calculations with Roman numerals. MCML6D8 divided by 30. No thanks. Now, while medieval Europe's best medical advice was basically pray and hope for the best, Islamic scientists were writing medical textbooks that were used for centuries. Ibn Sina, also known as Avicenna, wrote the Canon of Medicine, basically the medical Bible of the time. He covered everything from diagnosing diseases to performing surgery, and his work was so advanced that it was still being used in European universities 500 years later. Meanwhile, in Europe, doctors were still trying to cure headaches by drilling holes in people's skulls. Yikes. And then we have astronomy. Al-Biruni and Al-Tusi were out here calculating the Earth's circumference centuries before Columbus even thought about getting lost. They also improved on Greek astronomy, refining planetary models and even questioning whether the Earth moved around the Sun hundreds of years before Copernicus. Meanwhile, in medieval Europe, people still thought the stars were just tiny holes in the sky, letting in heaven's light. Oh, and let's not forget the tech wizards of the time. Al-Jazari, the medieval equivalent of Tony Stark, wrote a book filled with mechanical inventions, things like water pumps, clocks, and even early robotics. One of his designs? A fully automated water clock shaped like an elephant, because, you know, why not? So, with all this innovation, what went wrong? Well, like all great civilizations, political instability, economic decline, and outside invasions, looking at you Mongols, slowed down progress. By the 13th century, the once thriving centers of learning started to fade, but the knowledge they produced, that lived on. Their work was translated into Latin and helped kickstart the European Renaissance. Yep, without them, the modern world as we know it might not even exist. So the next time you use algebra, check your watch, or visit a hospital. Just remember, you've got the scholars of the Islamic Golden Age to thank for that. And if you ever hear someone say the Middle Ages were all about darkness and ignorance, just tell them, not in Baghdad, it wasn't. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which historical topic I should cover next. See you in the next one.